young girl. And so there were several times throughout the course of that week that she was mistaken by university staff, by camp staff, by counselors for a young boy. And that would set her off into hysterics. If you've ever seen a 10 or 11-year-old young girl just go off into hysterics, who's not your own child, and you're like, oh, just stop crying. Okay? You can't do that as a counselor. And it breaks your heart. So this is who I got to see throughout the course of that first week. And so I want to tell you a little story about that formal dinner dance. She was in her wheelchair during that formal dinner dance. And I noticed that she was sitting off the side, and it was in a room much like this. And she would have been off on the side near the windows. Everyone else is in the middle of the dance floor dancing. And I noticed a fellow counselor take her and start pushing her wheelchair from behind to get her out in the middle of the dance floor. Now I want you to picture this, a young girl in a wheelchair with one good leg. God forbid she did not want to go out in the middle of that dance floor, and so she put her foot down. Okay? Hard to push somebody forward when they're putting her foot down to keep you from wheeling them forward. Well, that counselor, God bless her, wheeled her around backwards and started wheeling her backwards onto the dance floor. No way you can stop that. Wheeled her right, parked her right in the middle of the dance floor, right here. And the look on her face, sheer terror. Okay? And she was holding onto a large water bottle. It was almost like that was her lifesaver. Okay? Wasn't going to let go of that for nothing. Okay? I watched that for about 30 seconds. Okay. I'm going to walk right up to her, and that's exactly what I did. I walked right through the middle of that sea of children and counselors. Walked right up to her and I said, "Excuse me, miss, can I see your water bottle?" And she looked at me and she went, "Why?" I said, "I just want to see it." And she gingerly handed it over to me, and with that, I pitched it. And you've ever seen a movie of like slow motion? You could literally see her going, "No," as the water, her lifesaver was just thrown away. And with that, I looked at her and I said, "Excuse me, miss, I'd like this dance." And with that, I immediately grabbed her hands and we just started in her wheelchair doing this to the beat of the music. And again, nothing but sheer terror on her face for about 20 seconds. And about 20 seconds into our dancing together, the smile that came over her face from ear to ear, I cannot even describe it to you. It was literally like the sun shone through this little girl's face, through her eyes, through her mouth, everything. It was the most amazing thing I have ever seen in my entire life. We finished the song. I looked her dead in the eye and said, "Thank you, miss, for the dance," kissed her hand, and walked away. She was there by herself in the middle of the dance floor. She could have left at any point in time. I watched her for the next hour and a half. Not 1 second did she leave the dance floor. She stayed out there dancing with the friends that she had made throughout the course of that week. It was phenomenal. And I'd like to tell you that the story ends there, but it doesn't. Okay? 5 years later, as a 16-year-old, she asked me to be her date for that dance at camp. And of course, I mean, how do you turn that down? Right? So I said yes. Not once during that dance did she talk to me, look at me, dance with me, anything. Because she was off, busy, flirting with a cute boy that she had gotten to know throughout the course of that week. I have never been so proud to be blown off by a woman in my entire life. It was incredible, okay? Thank you all for applauding my disappointment as being a man, so I appreciate it. She has come back off and on since then to be a counselor at camp, so she continues to give back as well. That is just an amazing story to me. And I will tell you that Kim and I have continued to have this special relationship throughout the years. And she has said to me more than a few times over the years that while surgery and chemo may have cured her cancer, it was Camp Sunrise that saved her life. Think about that for a second. Camp Sunrise saved her life. I don't even know what to say to that. Okay? That's amazing to me. Now, experiences like this with Kimmy and with other campers throughout the years have recently gotten me to thinking about legacy and what I want mine to be, especially as it relates to Arizona Camp Sunrise and Sunrise Sidekicks. I will tell you, about a month and a half ago, I was tracked down on Facebook, because as you all know, that's what Facebook's good for, is tracking down people, right? And I was tracked down on Facebook by a former Sidekicks camper, Alyssa, who I haven't seen or talked to. She hasn't been to camp. I think we looked at it earlier today, 6 or 7 years ago. Okay? So it's been 6 or 7 years since I have even seen or talked to this young girl. And she messaged me and she said that she was thrilled to finally get in touch with me after all these years because she wanted to let me know that she recently got engaged. And she asked if it would be all right if she could send me an engagement announcement. Okay? What was I going to say? No? Right? Of course. I mean, I was thrilled and I congratulated her. I said, yes, of course you can send me an engagement announcement. At which point she proceeded to tell me, and I'm going to read this, I'm going to quote her here, okay, because I want to get this right. She proceeded to tell me, thanks for being such a healthy male figure for me as a kid. You were such a big part of my childhood, and I'd love for you to be involved in my adulthood. Dang. Right? Wow. You never really know what type of impact you're going to have on a child. But Arizona Camp Sunrise affords us the opportunity to make a huge impact on these children. Not only those with cancer, but on their siblings as well. We can only do this with your love, your support, and your generosity. What I've just shared with you, these stories about Kimmy, about Alyssa, that's my legacy. My only question to each and every one of you is, what do you want your legacy to be? Thank you so much for being here tonight, for listening to my story, and for being here to support this incredible organization. I look forward to welcoming you all into our camp family, or as Cooper talked about it earlier, our camply. Thank you again, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the evening.